I'm gonna make Soboro Don, and you're gonna watch.
It's the winter solstice today, and I've been making comfort food more often as the days have gotten shorter. This is a staple recipe for me, and I hope you like it too. Anyways,
Let's start with the rice.
I'm going to be making a big batch here since I use it up throughout the week and I don't mind microwaved rice, but you do you. While this rice is washing, let me tell you a little bit about why I'm starting this YouTube channel. I fell in love with food from a young age. I was fortunate enough for my parents to expose me to all kinds of food growing up. Unfortunately, we had a very vague concept of nutrition, and by the time I was graduating from high school, I found myself unequipped to have a healthy relationship with food. I started cooking out of necessity. I was moving away and knew I couldn't rely on other people for food anymore. But in cooking, I found autonomy and a newfound appreciation for the food I eat. Since then, I've learned a lot, and now I'm able to make food that makes me feel good. Through these videos, I'm going to share what I've learned and take you along as I continue my journey with food. Anyways, once you've got that cooking, you're going to need some mirin, soy sauce, dashi, eggs, ground meat, and some ginger and green onions. I like to start the prep work with ginger to get the messier stuff out of the way. Here I'm peeling it with a spoon because I think I waste less of it than when I use a knife. I want the ginger to be pretty much imperceptible in this dish, so I'm going to mince it nice and fine. Next, I'll cut the green onion, making sure to separate the green from the white. I like to cut the green on a bias for aesthetic reasons, but you do you. Final prep work before we can go to the stove is to whisk some eggs. I'm going to use 3 eggs for a pretty hefty single-person portion, but I'd recommend 2 per person in general. Now we can head over to the stove and start heating stuff up. Over low heat, I'm going to saute the ginger and green onion whites until they're fragrant. I like to let them sizzle for a little bit, and then I'm going in with my ground meat. Here I'm using turkey because it was on sale, but traditionally this is made with ground chicken. That's to say that you can use whatever you have on hand. You're going to want to break the turkey into smaller chunks. I tend to do this slowly throughout the cooking because I find it easier to break apart sometimes once it's cooked a bit. After about 30 seconds, the turkey is browning and decently crumbled, so I'm going to add the dashi and start simmering it. I'm eyeballing about 3/4 of a cup of dashi, a tablespoon of soy sauce, and a tablespoon of mirin here for a pound of ground meat. The visual indicator I like to use is I try to have the meat about half submerged after I add everything. Let that reduce for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then it's going to start looking like this. There shouldn't be much liquid left around the edges. I'll turn the heat off here and scoop out some rice. Put some of the meat topping onto half of the rice, and then we can get started on the eggs. In the same pan, heat up about a tablespoon of oil over high heat, and then add in your eggs. I like to let it set for a bit and then scrape it from the pan for a springy but still soft texture. These will cook fast, so be ready to remove it from the heat and then top the other half of your rice with it. I tend to make a big batch of the meat at the start of the week and use it as a shot of protein in dishes I cook over the next couple days. I'm going to garnish with those green onions from earlier down the middle, and we're done.
We're good.
Thanks for watching, and before you head out, I'd like to thank all my friends and family who encouraged me to start making videos. I'm still figuring this stuff out, so I'm happy to hear any suggestions you have for the next one. See you next week.